How does he kind of build a movement from the mayor's office?
He kind of set up, because they didn't let him appoint the people he wanted to appoint to these different departments. He ended up kind of just relying on volunteer labor, because he had this groundswell of popular support, because he had this activist energy behind him that had gotten him elected. Those people, wanted to see him succeed, and so he would put out the word, let's start a volunteer organization for housing, or for the arts, or for whatever issue that he wanted to that was important to the city. And then they didn't have any formal power, but that was kind of a way to give activist groups more of a place at the table, give them more prominence. And he would use his mayoral power, or his status as mayor, rather. He would go to tenant disputes, for instance, and say, you guys should do a rent strike. I support you in your dispute with your landlord. Or he would, if there was a worker strike or some kind of worker disgruntlement, he would say, meet with them, and he would go, if you guys should form a union, and if you form a union, I will do what I can to support you. And so that was some of the ways that he, in his early in this early period where he just couldn't do anything, kind of, I think, one, helped to empower, to the extent he could, activist movements around him, but I think also signaled to the city, okay, I'm not being allowed to do what I campaigned on. They are stopping me, but I am still out here hustling and sweating and doing everything I can to fight for you, which ultimately benefited him when the elections would come up a year later.